Hey, what's up, youth leaders? Thanks for watching the leadership check-in videos. So just an update for tonight. Tonight's worship has already been canceled, and with the weather being what it is, it just pushes the needle a little closer, and it makes more sense to being indoors for youth group. And so tonight we'll be in the gym and in the fellowship hall to start off with. So as the students come in to register, I'll ask the high schoolers to hang out in the fellowship hall. And I'll have music videos, I'll have the board games out. And leaders, if you show up a little earlier, it's just a great way to connect with them, playing some games, catchphrase or resistance, or just even talking with them. And the middle schoolers will be in the gym. The hope is to have an indoor game here, no running, but a game that just engages and gets the kids connecting. So, and then when the normal time when worship, the teaching will start at 6:30 for the middle schoolers, and then when normally worship happens at 7, instead of having worship, we'll all meet in the gymnasium, and this is where I need your guys' help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everyone, high school, middle school students, to get into their small groups, because depending on how many kids we have, the gym's open right now, but we want to make sure that we're as socially distanced as possible. But if we're in our small groups, then those kind of squads will already be together most of the evening. In small group leaders, I'll ask you guys to kind of space yourselves out to encourage social distancing, and then I'll ask your small group to go in your general vicinity. And then if you guys can encourage your students, so I'll encourage your students to go to the small groups, and then encourage your students to space out in your area around the gymnasium. If it gets to be too tight in here, then everyone say hi, Brad. Hey, Brad. If it gets to be too tight in here, then what we'll do is we'll open up the doors to the fellowship hall and kind of bleed into there. We install these nifty speakers. You see those guys? They're up on the walls. There's 4 of them around the gymnasium. So we should have plenty of sound heading in that direction. And then instead of worship, as we socially distance and talk in the gym, I'll explain more about the Rake and Bake after getting feedback from you guys, which I always appreciate. And thinking about it more, I think instead of doing baked goodies, whether we bake them or we buy prepackaged goodies, we'll do gift cards. So Flapdoodles, Caribou, Amazon, I'll get those gift cards. You guys won't have to worry about them, and we'll bless our neighbors with them, give them a nice card attached to that, and then offer to rake their lawn. The way the weather's looking, I don't think the snow will hold up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can be able to bless our neighbors with a gift card and raking their lawns if they would allow us to do so. So I'll explain that a little more in detail so you guys won't have to in lieu of worship. And then also during that time, I'll talk about the need to socially distance, to wear masks as we transition to indoors. That will be an expectation that we want to make sure we're clear on, and that the students can be responsible enough to follow it. And so we'll talk about that during our normal worship time. Other than that, I may give you guys extra time with your groups tonight, because question 4, you should have pencils and you should have paper in all your folders tonight to answer question 4. And if you read the email I sent out earlier this week, it kind of says, hey, if you can be kind of the one who leads and but models what we're looking for as far as a transparent, authentic answer when it comes to the theme of wrestling with God, and kind of the questions that we have as believers, seeing the world we live in and knowing that it's fallen and broken, and yet how is God interacting? Why is God maybe sometimes, as even Habakkuk was struggling with, slow to respond? So if you have more questions on that, feel free to email me, shoot me a text, but it's also explained in the leader email I sent out earlier. So that extra time from worship will go to explaining Rake and Bake, socially distance, indoor services for youth group, and maybe give you some extra time with your small groups tonight, because I think question 4, if I'm expecting some good answers, that may lead to some good questions. So thank you so much for checking in with me. I'll see you guys later tonight.